Good morning, I'm Carolyn Menzies and I'm a Melbourne-based sculptor. I'm delighted to be here in the tapestry workshop as part of the group show Leftover Love. My work is behind me, and it's work that I made predominantly during Melbourne's many lockdowns. It's work that's made primarily using the material that you would find under Nana's sink, those old-fashioned scouring pads, which I have sometimes pulled apart or actually completely unfurrowed, or sometimes I've used them in their entirety as the tight little scourers that they are. I'm interested in those scouring pads because they're made of stainless steel, and I'm interested in that kind of idea of when something as perhaps masculine or urban as steel, how it comes into the home. And my work I see as little monuments to the invisible work that's done in the home, these monuments to the kind of fierce love I think that's at the core of the scrubbing and the cleaning and the caring that happens in our domestic spheres. In terms of techniques, I've been using getting the steel mesh and knitting with it. Also, one of the things to make many of the shapes, what I'm actually doing is unfurling steel thread and then taking that thread and then sewing the works together, which is a little bit funny. We think of steel being traditionally welded together, whereas I'm using very domestic techniques to create these bigger and bigger kind of objects. My work, I often use this gamut of materials, and what I'm interested in is looking at the objects that surround us. I think the objects that surround us tell us really interesting stories about how we live and what we value. So I have used kelp in the past. I made some drawings using stick-on eyelashes. Just about anything that you can pick up and make something from, I am interested in. And I think one of the reasons that I'm interested in using things that we already surround ourselves with is I'm interested in using the ideas and subject matters that are in those objects already as almost to build my own sort of sculptural, poetic language. As well as that, I also like the idea of using things that are already there. I think we're surrounded by so much of an abundance of objects and things. I like the idea of taking something that already exists and creating something new rather than putting something new into the world. I'm much more comfortable with the idea of repurposing and transforming something that's already there.